Welcome back to our Work Friends review show. And we are here to talk about episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, entitled Power Broker. And I'm here with my good friend Chris. Let's jump right into this review. How did you feel about episode 3?
Episode 3 had me hooked. I watched it all. it, it was good. I was happy to see Sharon coming back. Karli is the truth, obviously. But I really enjoyed this episode. What about you?
I agree. I really enjoyed the episode. It gave me it kind of broke down the story a little bit more because after the first two episodes, I'm like, okay, it's cool to see these guys together. It's cool to see Sam. It's cool to see Bucky. But where's the storyline going?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it just going to be them fighting or going against New Captain America? I just wasn't sure where the story was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pleasantly surprised with the change that it took, that it wasn't completely Captain America doing something, John Walker doing something, and then Bucky and Sam not liking it. We
Right.
actually in episode 3 got very little John Walker, and I was extremely happy about that.
Agreed. I was very happy with that as well.
But the episode does go start with John Walker and his sidekick Lamar looking for the Flag Smashers and Karli,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't find her anywhere. They've exhausted all their leads. Nothing is going their way. And he's kind of feeling inadequate. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can start to see those feelings already. Like he's like, I'm not a good Captain America.
He taking it to heart.
He's taking it to heart that he's not being able to, I guess, solve this case right away, but they're a team of super soldiers. It
Right, and
wasn't going to
Karli
be
is the
easy.
truth right now, so she she don't care. She got a mission to complete. That's what she said.
Yeah, it was never going to be easy. So,
Mm-mm.
let me pull out the world's smallest violin for John Walker.
Yeah, I like what did he? I guess he just expected to just be great because he's normally great at everything, maybe. But yeah, that
Yeah,
ain't how
I'm
it worked.
just still not feeling him. Sorry. And so then you see Sam and Bucky, and they've basically come up with a plan of, I know how we can find the super soldiers. I know how we can find these flag smashers.
Mhm.
Our boy that's in prison, Zemo, he would know. Like,
Mm.
he would know how to track these people down. He would know how to get to the person that has been um making the super soldier serum.
Mhm.
He's our end to these people. So they go, basically Bucky goes to see him in prison. Zemo was actually very funny.
I agree, girl. I was like Disney. I was supposed to not like this guy, but y'all are making it very hard.
Yes,
Because
because
I was
his
chuckling.
comedic timing was on point, and something about
Yes.
him telling jokes with a stoic face, like with a very, like, I didn't tell a joke face. It got to me on so many levels. Like he really had me cracking up. Bucky kind of goes on his own with the plan to break him out of prison because he
Mm,
doesn't tell Sam until after it's already done. Because
right, because
because
he
Sam is
knew
like not here for it. But
at
Sam's an
all.
Avenger, right? Bucky's not an
Right.
Avenger. Sam's an Avenger. So
Hmm.
he still has so much good in him that he's like not really interested in going doing some wrong kind of for the greater good. You still gotta convince Sam of a lot of stuff.
Right. Right.
But that was actually kind of funny, the back and forth between Bucky and Sam with like, why did you do why did you do this? Their banter is one of my favorite parts of this
I
show.
know. I'm really liking. I'm gonna be sad when it's over.
Even though they keep swearing that they not partners, they
Right.
definitely
All
make
y'all
good
have is
partners.
each other now.
So we also find after Zemo breaks out of prison, they meet up. They Our threesome hits the road to kind of go find the Fag Smashers, and we discover that Zemo is rich. He's a
Absolutely
billionaire.
rich. Oh, jealous. Mm.
He got all his money out here,
All
and
the nice things.
um,
Oh.
it's very interesting because I always just from Civil War seeing him, I always assumed that he was poor.
Mm.
Like, I don't know, just I'm going back in my memory to think about him in Civil War. And for some reason, like, I know he was mad at the Avengers because they basically killed his whole family and ruined his country. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought his family like had a little house and was poor or something like that. Like, I didn't know, I had no indication that he was basically a billionaire out here.
Well, shoot, I was like, as soon as I heard Baron, I was like, oh, okay, that's high. That's high up there somewhere. Too rich for my blood. That's out of my tax bracket. I know that much.
Right after we find out that he is rich, Vimo is rich, we see the contrast with Karli.
Mm.
And her group of people are suffering, which is why they're angry
Yeah.
in the first place. You
Uh-huh.
see her, I believe that's her mom that's
I
dying.
kind of, I guess, became her mom, took care of her
Yeah,
after the flip or whatever you want to call it, after Thanos.
exactly. So she's very sad. She's crying over her, and it's you can kind of see the reason why she's doing
Right.
what she's doing. Like, she's
Right.
not just doing it because she's some type of a terrorist or a horrible
Mm-hmm.
person. She really feels like she's doing the right thing for her people because they were messed over.
Right. And and you can really sympathize with it, especially when you just see all the kids and stuff, just how it's just so dirty and uh, yeah, you really can sympathize with her and understand the cause. But it's crazy that it's just like they just toss them out like that. 5 years and then just everybody it just goes back to normal. It just doesn't seem logical or possible. I'm guess like I don't know. I just yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I'm trying not to speak out of turn, and I don't want to offend anybody. But isn't that the same thing that happened when, okay, so World War II, all the men went to fight, and so the women were here working in the factories,
Mm,
doing jobs that they wouldn't normally do. And when the war was over, the men came back to get their jobs, and the women had to go.
yeah.
And so I think that it's not uncommon, and I like that they threw that in there, that this is most likely something that would happen.
Hmm.
We're
Yeah.
back, we want our jobs back, and you have to go.
I'm always hoping for a perfect world.
So the next scene is actually my favorite scene of this episode, and this is them basically going into character to meet with the power broker.
Girl, I laughed so hard at Anthony Mackie.
The suits, the suit
He
was
was wearing that
everything.
suit, girl.
He was wearing that suit. Him having to drink that little snake drink was like disgusting. It was very
Mm,
funny. And Zemo dancing.
yes,
That's
I'm here
that,
for
that
it.
shoulder lean that he had in the club. It was it was everything. With the power broker, at first it's going well. Like, everybody's in character. That was a good scene right before with Bucky playing basically his old terrorist self, like beating people up.
Oh yeah, he
That was
still
the good,
got it.
yeah. That was definitely a good fight scene too, to the point where Sam had to be like, "You okay?
Right?
Like,
Cause yeah,
it
he
don't
was
look like you
giving some
playing."
right. Like, don't hurt him too much, Buck. Hey.
So when they go in to meet with the power broker, at first it's going really well, but then Sam's sister calls.
Right. Like, why
She
didn't you put your phone on mute, Sam? Oh, or why would you bring your phone anyway? I don't know. It's
I
just
don't know. Probably for safety reasons, because it's probably trackable too by like Sharon or somebody, like if he needed help, maybe.
vibrate,
Uh,
vibrate. Because
but
I feel like when
he
he goes on other missions, when he's part of the Avengers, your phone ain't ringing.
this is
He
true.
getting sloppy. He getting sloppy.
It was sloppy, but he has to answer. She wants him to answer on speaker. At
Mm-hmm.
first, he was able to play it off a little bit until
Yes.
his sister called him by another
It's
name. And then that's when it's like, oh shit. So they had to basically fight their way out of that.
mm-hmm.
But that was a good action scene. I love all the action scenes in this TV show. It separates it a little bit. I know everybody compares this show to WandaVision because WandaVision was the first one to come out. But the action scenes, to me, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier are a lot better than WandaVision, although I enjoyed the storyline of WandaVision a little bit more so
Mm-hmm.
far. But then, after they escape the power broker, they go meet with Sharon, and you can
Mm-hmm.
tell she's not really, there's a little animosity there.
Yes, and I don't blame her.
No, I don't blame her at all, but I was definitely, she seems really angry.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when somebody is that angry, they can't completely be trusted. I know that Sam is full blown going in, like, this is my friend, she'll be there for me. But I don't know, man. She seems a little too angry to be trustworthy.
Yeah, she seems all the way fed up, like 5 years worth of fed up. She-
Exactly. But she does agree to help them. They go to a, what do you call that place? Like, I guess it's like a big storage unit. What do
a
they call
freight,
those?
a
A,
freight,
a
what's it
freight
called?
freight station.
Yeah, or something like that.
And that's
Cargo
where
hold.
the scientist is that makes the serum that's been making the super soldiers.
Right.
And it doesn't go well.
At all.
Like, they at first they were just trying to communicate with them, and then Zemo, I'm sorry, goes in and just kills them.
Yeah. Like he didn't give two nothings about it. He was like, this needs to be done, and I'm gonna do it.
So they, end up having to escape that. But at
Mhm.
least now there's no more serum that's gonna be made. But you still have to deal with the ones that's already out there in the world. So we go back to Karli, and I believe that's her brother, or like a brother to her. They're
Like a
kind of
foster
like
brother or something.
always, yeah, always together. And they still up here being badasses, blowing up
hmm
buildings.
There's people
And
in there.
yeah, you can tell that she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't,
Yeah.
like, she is out here to prove a point. She's on a mission,
Mhm.
and if people have to die, people have to die.
Right. But that's normally how it always starts out. Like, hey, a couple of people here and there, and the next thing you know, it's full on genocide. All right, Carly, watch out.
But then the episode ends with the trio about to go back into Zemo's apartment, and Bucky sees like little beads, little like trackers. So he knows that somebody is following him. And I remember those beads from Black Panther
hmm
because Shuri put them on her brother's bracelet, on T'Challa's bracelet,
hmm
in Black Panther. So I was like, who we finna get? Like, who's finna show up? And sure enough, it was Ayo from Wakanda.
Yes.
Um,
And her, oh, fabulous. She came looking fabulous and strong. Oh,
Came looking like she wasn't playing no
no
games.
game.
and I loved it. When it ended, I was like, what's gonna happen next?
Yes, left us holding in our breath, waiting.
I
Oh,
was
they know what they're
too
doing with these weekly
excited.
episodes because I would have binged.
Yeah, they cut it off at the perfect moment to
Hmm.
have you like caught and just like fiending for that next episode because I could not wait until episode four.
Right.
I
Like we
was so
already wait for
excited.
Friday. We already want Friday to get here, but now we really want Friday to get here.
Exactly. But I really enjoyed this episode. It was really good. That little cameo at the end was just the icing on the cake. But
Hmm.
I really enjoyed watching this. This is becoming one of my favorite shows. And so
Agreed.
I'm definitely excited to see what comes next. So, everyone, that is our review for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 3. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell us what was your favorite part of episode 3. Did you think Venmo was funny? I keep saying Venmo like the banking system. Did you think Zemo was funny like we did? Just let us know what your favorite part was. And we will see you next time for episode 4.
Bye.